So I kind of want to go over the tools a little bit first. And I'm going to turn the music back on and then you let me know if you can still hear me properly because I feel like having like no music in the background can kind of be a bit boring. So, I'm going to pull out like all of my like literally all of my pen holders. Do you need to see my whole collection? Maybe not. But I'm going to show them to you anyways. There we go. It's a bit ridiculous. Do you need all of these for copperplate? No. But these are all the pen holders that I have that I'm going to show. I hate this one. I'm going to tell you why in a second, but I hate this one. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is a ridiculous collection. Do I need this many? Absolutely not. Okay. But the ones that are the most pertinent for copperplate calligraphy are the ones, let me zoom, with the flanges. Let me I'm sure my mic is good. Are the ones with the flanges. What's a flange, may you ask? It's this thing right here that comes out of the pen, out of the pen holder. And there's many different kinds. I feel like a beauty guru every time I do this. I'm like, ooh, look at it. Just so it focuses properly. And like this one, and like this one. So there's a bunch. Hey, Sarah. So look at all these that I have. Do I need all of? No. Some are pretty though, and I like them. So this is used for a right-handed person, mostly for doing copperplate calligraphy, are ones with these metal flanges on them. All of these other ones are for different styles of calligraphy or straight pen holders. Generally speaking, for people who do copperplate calligraphy, will be used with a lefty. I'm not a lefty, so I can't speak to necessarily, unless I'm in front of them, exactly how you would hold it differently. But generally speaking, from what I know from my lefty friends, you go with a straight pen holder. If I'm wrong, and if someone who's a lefty is in the chat somewhere, you let me know. So that's what these ones are. These are all straight. Generally speaking, I use a straight pen holder. They do write with right hand. I've seen a few of them do it, and they write like up down, right? I think. The ones that I know here in the city will go with a straight pen holder generally. But yeah, I use the straight pen holders usually if I'm doing a broadage script. With a right-handed oblique, that's impressive. That's so impressive. And then these guys are straight pen holders. So again, like I said, for me, for it's like broad edge, like want to do anything other than a pointed pen script like Spencerian or copperplate, you can use these guys with. In general, you can, there are some rules, but some rules it doesn't matter. You can break them all you want. That's so impressive that they can do it with the right-handed oblique. Then I have these ones, which I find are the most fun. Actually, hold on. I wanted to do a little. I hate these, and I needed to tell people why. I thoroughly dislike this one from Speedball. I honestly, like, I've never felt so strongly about a pen holder in my life than with this one. I know people use it a lot, and I see it be used a lot, and I'll show you why I don't like it. We'll go through a couple nibs after too. But this nib here, this is generally speaking a very good nib. This is a Nico G, I believe. Yeah, Nico. Not a Zebra G, but either one. Very good for beginners. And when you put them in, that's pretty much as far as you can put them in. Thank you, Marco. I see so many people using it. So I'm like, how? Look how far this goes out, okay? Because generally, let me pull another nib with another proper pen holder. Generally speaking, the center of your nib tines should give or take line up. There we go. Line up sort of with the center of your pen holder. Look at this. This is great. I when they're this far out, they're so hard to control. It drives me crazy. So I keep this literally to show people what not to buy. I hate these. Plus, I find for me because it's not a flange like this where it keeps the nib in one place. This is a circle. This thing can rotates around when you're writing. Oh yeah. No, this is my like PSA of like please don't buy these. If you can find anything else, use it. I can't. I hate them. But yeah, I tried using it once. Like I have a lot of people are using these and they're pretty cheap. Let's go. I was literally, and as I was writing, it was rotating around, around my pen holder. I was like, why? Why? Yeah, when it stays in the holder, it's true, Marco. Absolutely. Anyways, so there's my thing. And again, I literally keep this as an ink stirrer because I use the back as an ink stirrer. But honestly, so depending on where you live, Nola, if you live in the States, John Neal sells this one. This is the one I got when I first started learning 5 or 6 years ago. John Neal, okay? This one, it's the dual pen holder, okay? The flange comes out because you can use it also as a straight pen holder if you want. Because you can put the nib in there or you have the flange. This one, she's a workhorse, okay? It's like the dual pen holder. It's on their website still. It's not expensive. Yeah. No, this one, I've literally had it. It was in my beginner kit when I first started learning. I use it all the time. It's so good. The next one that I like, and I know not everyone likes the ones with the screws, but I like this one, okay? Because this one, I don't remember now. It's also on John Neal. But it's this guy, because this can fit a lot of different types of nibs. You don't need to have, like, I have a couple of those, the EF, the really tiny ones. And I like those ones because you can adjust the width of whatever nib you're using. I think you can probably also use the crow quill ones in here too. Maybe. I haven't tested. I have a couple, but I haven't checked. Yeah, okay, so that's my little spiel on oblique holders. And then I have all these other ones. So this one I really like. It's very pretty. If you ever are on my Instagram, this one makes a lot of appearances on my Instagram. I really like this one. It's from a guy in Turkey, MP Oblique. And I like this one. It's really comfortable to use. It's good. Also with like a little screw so you can fit whatever nib you need in there. So that's always fun. So I'll put these guys back in that holder. And then I have a bunch of other ones that I will use sometimes. This one, I'm pretty sure I is actually specifically for Spencerian because this angle is different. Marco, you'd know more than me. I know you're in the chat, or I think you're still in the chat. You let me know. I think this one is specifically for Spencerian, and I bought it because I liked the wood turning. I thought it looked like a chess piece. And now, especially with all the stuff from Queen's Gambit, I was like, yes, give me something that looks like a chess piece. I'm in. But I'm pretty sure this is like a more of a 52 degree angle. By the way, if you hear music and then you hear a commercial, it's because I'm cheap and I don't pay for Spotify Premium. So I apologize for the advertisements as I speak. So I put these away. And then I'll talk a little bit about these babies, which are super fun. So these are ruling pens. They don't look like calligraphy tools at all because they used to not be. These used to be for drafting. So when you can see here, there's a little screw that you can open up and then these split and then you rescrew and then they connect. It doesn't need a special holder, but I think they make them because that one's definitely a different angle. I've tried using it and like, oh, this is weird for copper plate. I just like the way it looked. I'm a horrible person. But yeah, these are ruling pens. But these two specifically are from a brand called Dreaming Dog, which are really fun. There's a lot of gestural calligraphy that gets done with these. It's really not for formal hands. And they make different shapes and different lines. Let me, 2 seconds. I have the perfect example. So I was in Claudio Gill's Bruta class about a month ago. And this is done with either a folded pen or a ruling pen. So because you can either, this one's my favorite out of the two that I have from Dreaming Dog, sorry, of the ruling pens. Because you can do either a flat line, you can do like a flat line, or you can do a point, and it works out perfect. This one is a little bit more, like, it's not as wide. Oh, take your time, Sarah. I'm literally going to be here probably till like 5:30, 6 o'clock, so don't stress. Maybe we'll get to the basic strokes at some point. So yeah, so there are those two. But yeah, they used to be drafting tools for when you wanted a really straight line on a map, to doing like roads and things like that. So, but gestural calligraphy done with these, super duper fun. Actually, speaking of, this is an old ruling pen from like a geometry set that I got from like an antique shop in like an old Stadler one from, I don't know, 40 years ago or so. Whoop, there we go. So same concept. I mean, you can just do some really fun lines. Whoosh. Yeah, I'm going to be here forever. I'm glad you're excited. Cool. So there's that one. And then these are folded pens. So it's a similar concept to the ruling pens is you can write with like a flat end or like the pointed end, and it just gives you more flexibility, except for in here you can't obviously adjust how wide or not they are together or not. So this one, or wait, was it this one? This one, which I'll turn the correct way around, I did with this guy on stream last week. So it's just very thick, very fun. Still calligraphy, still beautiful lettering. It's just not copper plate. That's all. So I just want to go through some of those tools to show different things. Folded pens are super fun if you don't mind making a bit of a mess, because they're kind of unpredictable. Because if you're using them, because they're a little less stable, they're pretty flexible. I don't know if you can. And this one I made myself out of a Coke can, like you can or out of just like a can, and it's held together with tape here. So if you press a little harder, the ink will splatter. It's really fun, but you just need to make sure you're wearing like an apron, or you're going to be a gigantic mess. But super fun, super great to use, especially if you just want to make some marks on a page. Like, who cares, right? So that's those guys. Cool. And then